So for those of you that don't know, and I know most of you do, but for those of you that don't, I was, well, I don't know how else to say it, but I became an alcoholic as the lead singer of a Christian rock band. I was going through a real bad time. I was going through depression, and I don't even know why I got so depressed because God delivered me from being a drug addict and being homeless and being locked up in jails, institutions, and whatever, to then being able to get married and have this beautiful, amazing wife and three sons, this beautiful family, buy a home, be a homeowner, which is a trip, and then have this career in music, Seventh Day Slumber, that is not only just a band. I mean, it's ministry. We lives have been changed. People that look up to us, write us all the time and send us messages about how the music has changed their life. Some of you are watching right now. And so after 10 years, I started getting depressed and I ended up running to the bottle. Um, but I ended up becoming a serious alcoholic, and it messed me up, and it caused liver damage, cirrhosis of the liver. And I went to the doctor. I got real sick, and I drank for several years. My kids had to see me. They always saw me as their hero. And now Blaze is, 12, 13 years old, having to try to help me get up off the ground. Um, and I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed to tell you this, but it's the truth. And so, anyway, I went to the doctor, and they said, "Hey, you have end stage cirrhosis of the liver." They gave me 2 to 5 years to live. We didn't tell our kids. We got home and we just started praying, and I ended up locking myself in the room upstairs, and I started praying. I told my wife if I didn't get free from this in the next week, I was going to check myself into rehab, and people are going to talk, but I didn't care what anybody said. I was just, you're going to have your husband back. My kids are going to have their daddy back, at least for these 5 years. They're going to see me sober. And so anyway, the first day was horrible. Second night was worse. Third night was better. But the fourth night I woke up and I was healed. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any cravings. I didn't want it anymore. I was healed, man. And not my liver, but I was healed. And that started my journey, and my wife and I just continued to pray. Tried to do everything I could. I started drinking a gallon of lemon water a day because I heard it would help. I started drinking 3 cups of coffee a day because they said that there was some antioxidants in the coffee, and it was a research. I started doing those kinds of things, but the most important thing was prayer. We prayed. My mom was praying, and we went back to the doctor about a month later, and the doctor said, I mean, you still have end-stage cirrhosis of the liver, but you're in a compensated state, which doesn't happen a lot. But you're basically in a state that it's like a car kind of on a cliff. Like if you don't do anything bad, make any sudden movements, you won't fall off the cliff. And that means no drinking, and you watch your health. And so anyway, but my reports were supposed to get worse throughout until you die. They're supposed to get worse. They don't get better because there's no cure for cirrhosis of the liver. But instead of getting worse, my reports came back better each time I went. Each 6-month checkup, they came back better. That's been years. I've long past the 5-year mark that they gave me. But at the end of the day, it hurt my family. It hurt my wife. It hurt my kids. And Blaise was praying for me, and he was like, "Daddy, I've been praying for you." And but all the while, I didn't know this, but he was doubting God because he felt like God wasn't listening. God, are you even there? And dude, it breaks my heart to tell that story, but because I feel like because I caused it, and so, but and my son at 12 or 13 was struggling with a porn addiction. He was looking at pornography, and he felt like he was so infected by looking at that stuff that maybe that's why God wasn't healing his daddy. Um, and and so he felt like he had messed up so bad that maybe God wasn't hearing his prayers and healing his dad. And so it was a lot to for a kid to deal with, and I didn't know all of this, and so um he would even pray like, God, if you can just give me a sign, I don't even need you to do anything. And my son was hurting, and he was like, God, I want you to take my pain away, and even if you won't heal me, at least numb me, at least numb me. And that's where the song Novocain came from, is like, yes, we believe in the healing power of God, and God's not just going to numb your pain like what we use alcohol for or drugs for or whatever. God isn't in the business of numbing your pain or masking your pain. God is a healer. He's a restorer. But sometimes in the middle of your prayers, maybe in the middle of your despair, in the middle of you feeling unworthy, you're just like, God, maybe you don't even want to heal me, but could you at least take the pain away? And dude, that's so that's what the song's about. But it's written from the perspective of my son, and now you know what Be My Novocaine is about, and it's just his letter to God.